Welcome to the first episode of 2021.
Brand new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Monica. Of course, you're listening to Armchair Expert, and I'm still Dan Rather, and you're still Maximus Mousimus.
That's right. So far, so the same.
So far, so the same. We have a friend on today, an old friend.
That's right.
Her name is Jackie Tohn. You heard her on our very first Christmas special because she's an incredible singer and songwriter. But you also probably know her as Melrose on Glow, which is on Netflix. And she's a new show called Best Leftovers Ever, which is out right now on Netflix. So I hope everyone checks that out. Can you hear the toilet running in the background of this intro?
Possibly.
Well, that's fun. We'll try to keep that as a tradition in 2021.
Oh, that's lovely.
The year of the running toilet. Okay, please enjoy Jackie Tohn. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
We haven't sat in this orientation in 11 months.
I know. I'm so thrilled.
Like we're used to staring at the stupid desk now. We've become accustomed to.
I miss the desk.
And you guys got the note from my reps, don't look at my eyes, right? Make no eye contact with me anyway?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
So we'll be looking at a computer screen anyway,
That's
just in
right.
front of your face.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We'll be running FaceTime real time on mute, so we'll hear it.
Yeah.
What a lovely opportunity that a member of the pod also has a show to promote.
Exactly.
Which gives rise to an in-person real-time interview. Boy,
Starting
oh boy.
off the year with a real person interview. I
A
like
treat.
it.
A member of the pod on the pod?
Oh my
How
God.
did you miss that?
A pod member on the pod.
Wow.
Bad news, Jackie. Your shoes weren't nearly as clean as you thought.
Oh,
Look under your. Look at this. Oh,
That might have already been
I got
there.
news for you.
Uh-oh.
Wait, we need to get forensics in here. That was here when I came. I swear.
there was already a huge
Shit.
pad of mud under the sofa,
Directly under my shoes.
and real dark, like it's wet.
Like it's wet. Well,
Well, so there's two pieces of bad news. A, you had an existing stain in here. B, there's a water leak that's made that moist. So
So
a lot going on.
A lot
in
going
here.
on, and all pointing to I definitely soiled your rug with my wet mud boots. But I don't think I did, I swear. God damn it.
Yeah, but we don't need to point out all the little issues in the attic because we got a lot. We got a lot going. We got a pee cup. We got some dirt.
Oh, yeah. So the first thing that you noticed, Jackie, was there seems to be a cup of urine on my desk.
And it doesn't even seem to be a cup of urine. It is clearly 100% conclusively a cup of urine.
How many days old do you think that urine is?
I'm going to go 11 to 14.
Oh, wow. I think it's about 8 days old.
It was last week.
So we had to bring you up to speed, which was I had. Well, you tell it, Monty.
So, as everyone remembers from last year, way long ago, way long
2020.
ago, 2020, the year we will never speak of.
No.
Different decade.
Yeah, different decade.
Welcome to the new decade,
Yeah.
guys.
Can I just like throw a controversial sort of opinion in there? I love 2020. No, I'm just kidding.
Dax kind of did.
It was a phenomenal 2020 for me. In addition to having 2 surgeries, relapsing, being in quarantine, spending 10 months straight with my kids, but I'm not letting those things cloud the entire.
of course.
Such a great year for me, also, and it had a bunch of challenges.
I guess I would describe mine exactly the same way. All the specifics are different. Other than Glow getting canceled or Renew reversed, because that's a term I didn't know was even a thing.
Wait, what's Renew Reverse?
We shot half the season.
Get the fuck out of
Oh,
here!
it's wild. That was one of the massive gut punches of, other than, 2020
Well-
just being a garbage fire.
Had you shot half, then Corona happened. You guys shut down production. You were going to resume, and they said, "You know what? Let's not resume."
That's right. We took a 2-week break like everyone else. We only shot 2.5 episodes, and we're a 10-episode order. So, but all the costumes were fit. Our characters everything was there. All the scripts were written. Everyone was ready.
They already
Everyone
put
was.
so much money in that is weird.
Well, can I ask you a greedy monster question? And you know what it's going to
Yeah,
be.
I did, and it's fabulous.
Oh,
that
good.
part of
Yeah,
it was
good.
good.
Jackie got paid still.
Yeah,
Yes,
they picked up your season, so you got paid.
Correct. We took a 2-week break, and
Yeah.
then we just didn't go back. And that wasn't even an option in anyone's mind. It was more just a matter of like, when are we going to go back? Oh, got pushed again. Okay,
Yeah.
COVID. Oh, other shows are picking back up. My friend's making SWAT. That's like an in-your-face, people on each other.
Yeah, tackling one another.
shit, like people getting
Yeah,
arrested. Like
very
let's-
breathy.
so much breathing,
Screaming.
screaming,
Halt!
and breathing. Mhm.
Get down.
I mean, Respiratory Particles USA
Oh,
is
God,
what it
yeah.
says under it. That's what SWAT means. Check it out, guys. Also, watch Glow. I don't know. So it was just wild. We kept just like waiting to find out when we were going to pick back up. And then ultimately they were like, we're not. I know there were some girls on the show who were a little less heartbroken than others. Just because so much time had passed.
Yeah.
And with TV, a wild thing is I'm in first position at Glow for as long as it takes to make season 4. If it takes 2 years,
Tough shit.
then tough shit. A lot of the girls were like, it's a massive bummer. We wanted to make Glow more than anything. But if we were just going to keep being on hold for 6-month increments and can't do other work.
And then I don't want to get too much into how the sausage is made, but I do think this is fascinating, and this does have to evolve. This is one of my complaints. So traditionally, you did movies. People did movies, and you're contractually obligated to them for 3 months while they make the movie, and maybe 3 weeks built in your contract of reshoots. So, worst case scenario, you're off the market for 4 months.
Correct.
And then the other option was you were on a network television show, which generally shot for 9 months of the year, and you were exclusive to them. Now, you had to ask them if you could do a movie in the summer. They would give you the right to do that. But again, you were employed for 9 months of the year. Now, in this new world of streaming and small shows, you're only shooting fucking 7-8 weeks a year to make your 8 episodes or your 10 episodes, and then they hold you for 48 fucking.
yeah.
And it's not like the old days where you would go do a movie in that period because there are no movies to go do. So really, what you want to be able to do is go do more limited run TV shows. This is where I think SAG needs to get their shit together and go, there's no fucking exclusive TV stuff anymore. Just like there was no exclusive movie stuff. Well, you did a Disney movie this year, so you will not do a Universal movie this year. That never existed, but that's kind of what's happening in television, and it's horseshit.
I am going to take that soundbite and play it for people because it is exactly what
It's not
we've
right.
felt the whole time.
Yeah.
It's also a tricky one because being in this cool position that I'm in right now, I find it challenging to say complaints out loud ever about
yeah.
what I find to be the, I don't know, quote unquote injustices with this business because I'm just so fucking psyched that anyone is taking any time to even look in this direction for minutes.
Yeah.
But then all that said, you get to a certain place and you're like, wow, we are shooting for 2.5 months and for 9.5 months, 10 months, which like you look at and like that people go like, wow, actors get paid so well. That one fee is great. But then the other girls that were talking about it were like, listen, when that work for 4 months becomes a year, becomes a year and a half, becomes 2 years.
Yeah.
It's $2 an hour.
It's correct. And besides that, you know, as actors and performers and wanting to capitalize on momentum and keep the vibe going.
From your point of view, if I were you, that would be the single most frustrating thing. It wouldn't have anything actually to do with the money I was losing. It would be like, I've been out here for 25 fucking years. Finally, people want me to be in shit. And I can't.
My manager for season 2 of Glow, who I fired mostly for this, but for a lot of things, told me not to do Glow season 2 because he was like, you know, if you turn it down, that's how you have the negotiating
Sure,
and
the
I was
leverage.
like, leverage. And I was like, you realize that I'm 35 and no one's hired me till now, right? And this is the sound of my speaking voice.
You know I got a specific thing, right?
You know I'm selling just this, right?
Oh my God.
And they're buying it.
Well, this is why
We do have to get back to the P at some point.
we're going to get back to the P. But
yeah, we got.
we're on the wild in-person ride. See, on Zoom, you got to keep it more linear because, you know, the communication is so challenging.
Sure. And is this computer in front of my face distracting you guys, or
No,
it is
I
good?
feel good
No,
about
no,
it.
no,
great.
no.
Okay,
It's
great.
made your lighting perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, so you and I connect so often. We always have over the years. We know each other because you and Kristen are friends. How did you guys become friends
It's
originally?
crazy. So Kristen and I met in 2003,
Okay.
which is a minute ago now.
That's 18 years ago now.
Cuckoo crazy. So, and we met because Andy Fickman, the famed and jolly motherfucker who we love so much, directed her in a 99-seat theater production of a show called Snow, and directed me in a 99-seat theater black box production of a show called Jutopia.
Oh, Jutopia.
So Andy was directing both of our little shows, and Kristen came to Jutopia. I went to Snow, and we were the only girls, actually. We were kids, girls of our age. And I said to Andy, who was that blonde girl in Snow? I just loved her. And he's like, you know, it's so weird. I should give you guys each other's numbers. She said the same thing about you in Jutopia.
So
And I think
flattering.
she just moved here from New York, and she didn't know a super ton of people. And I don't know if I can say this. Those were the Kevin days.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no, I
Yeah.
talk about Kevin, man. He's a wonderful guy. I
He is
always
a
have
wonderful
beautiful
guy.
stuff to say about him. And
That's Kristen's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and then it's a feather in the cap of Kristen and anyone who's dated Kevin. He's
That's
a wonderful, handsome as a motherfucker.
Handsome as a motherfucker,
Yeah.
delightful guy.
Never met him.
Oh, you'd like him.
You've missed out.
What if you started dating Kristen's ex?
I think he's married. I've already looked into it.
Wow, then you would be officially Kristen's stepdaughter in some weird way.
She'd love that.
Oh my goodness. So-
I don't know how that would work, but somehow,
It would.
yeah, you'd be
Whatever
hers.
title you put on it would be right.
So if I was her
I guess-
stepdaughter, then
Although that makes no sense because you're
No,
marrying
there's no
Kevin. He's not
sense, yeah.
adopting you.
Yeah.
That was a misfire.
And if he
Well.
did adopt her, would have nothing to do with Chris. So it wouldn't
No,
matter.
no,
Yeah.
no.
but if she is my stepmother, the P baby is her
Step-grandchild?
grandchild
Uh-huh. Okay.
with her husband.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm really sorry. Because ding, ding, ding.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that'll be our second P baby.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to pee in there as well. Do you know
Oh,
about
yeah.
Pete Baby? I don't think you do.
No.
So Monica's house is just across the street.
Yes, of course.
And we were there touring it, and I peed in the toilet. It turns out the water was shut off, so it just sat there. And then, I don't know, 2 weeks later, Monica said, I had to pee on top of your pee because what else was I going to
Sure.
do?
Yeah.
And then we discovered that we had made a pee baby who now lives in that toilet, and it's our child.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh,
Is it actually like a thing of?
it's a child.
It's a baby.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Be
baby.
careful because it is our child. So
Okay,
just-
no, you're right. And I just want to say about a couple seconds ago when I said that was going to make me obviously throw up because that's a normal response. I want to apologize for that.
Thank
'cause
you.
It feels based on both of your facial expressions that I was way off.
Yeah.
We love this baby a lot.
Okay.
P baby, and it's a she.
And we worry about her
Yeah.
because she's lonely. And
And
She
she lives in a
has-
toilet,
And
so
there's
it's
no
upsetting.
other pea babies to be friends with.
Right.
Yeah.
No brethren.
No.
Well, until now,
Monica, pee in that cup.
We're making
Pea
a
brother.
second pea.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you and Belle became really good buddies.
Yes.
And then, of course, 13 years ago, or 13 and a half years ago, I started dating Belle.
Wait, 13 years ago?
Yeah, a little more.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, does it feel longer or shorter to you?
I can't tell. In the moment that you said that, I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, that felt longer than it had been. Because I also remember sitting on the bench outside her house in the valley, and you guys had briefly broken up. And I went over there, and there were dogs everywhere. And I was just being a homie, and it was not great. And then it was great when you got back together.
So I'm trying to get to the point where you and I share so much similarities, I think. And
So many.
I'll label them for myself as mostly my character defects. But like we see each other.
Yeah, that's deeply true.
Like we'll all be in a circle and someone will say something and she knows that the worst part of me just went like, fuck this guy. This fucking guy wants all the attention. He thinks he's got a fucking clever story. And I'll just look over and Jackie's like watching it all register. Okay, now he's jealous. Now he's mad. Now he's this.
But then I'm feeling similar things of like, all right, well, this guy can tone it down and maybe give someone else a little bit of a moment to shine. And then we make eye contact. But I think in our older age, like we've both gotten pretty good at biting our tongues.
And just having
that's
some
acting
self-esteem.
out. Yeah, that's
having
true
some
too.
fucking self-esteem. But I believe this is why you and I relate so much is that I, like you just mentioned you were 35 and got on your show finally. And I was
acting since I was 9.
Yes, and I was out here for 10 fucking years and I was in the growlings and I'm watching all these people work and all these people make money. It's just slowly killing me. And I'm like, the options, or it feels like the options at that time are either acknowledge I'm worse than them or acknowledge there's something unjust. And once you've decided it's unjust, I resent people.
Sure. I've found it, and this talk about the worst parts of myself and my character defects. I found it difficult. And you know what's weird is I think Kristen was always somehow an outlier.
Where
I'm
you
not
weren't
just
jealous of her?
saying that because she's my best friend and you're her daughter and you're her stepdaughter P baby and you're her husband. But like, I just never was that way with her. You know, actually, interestingly, I never saw talk about insecurities and self-esteem. I don't know that I ever really believed that level of grandiosity for myself. So when she had it, I was like, oh, cool, like my movie star mogul best friend. And then it was really my friends who got the episode of Castle I tried out for.
Yes.
It was that was hard to be because that was within my reach. That I went in on, and 99.78 times out of 100, it wasn't me.
And then I also think you and I share that, like, you're either into this or you're not. Well, I'll speak for me. I'm not very good if you plug me into just anything.
Yeah.
I can do a couple things pretty uniquely. I think that's what I'm riding on. And so the smaller end of the game, the beginning steps of the game are really flexibility and being able to get plugged into things.
100%.
And I just was not good at that.
And you know what else was wild? And you're both going to cackle at me. Didn't know I was specific. Not kidding.
Well,
Sure.
But I also think this is all compounded by the fact that you were out here when you were 9 and you had deals. You
Yes.
had stuff. Like
I was in New
things
York
were
when I was
coming.
9.
Oh, but then you were out here.
Well, oh shit, I could have fact checked you later. I blew it.
What if it was the first time ever there was 2 fact checks? So we had our fact check and then psych,
I
and then
fact
you
checked
and I
you.
had a fact check.
I would love that.
And then we fact checked you.
And it was the
Wait.
mirror in the mirror in the mirror.
But when you moved out to LA, you were how old?
17.
17. And you were working a lot, right?
Well, I started acting when I was 9 and I did random things, whatever I could get. The only real job I got, I was on The Nanny a couple times and played 2 different characters.
Oh.
Fran Drescher and Fran Drescher?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Minnie.
Wait, really? Oh my God.
Minnie Fran Drescher.
Of course.
And young Fran Drescher.
I can't imagine anyone in the world being better at playing young Fran Drescher than you.
Minnie and Young.
Oh my God.
And my character once was Francine, and then I think the other time Tiffany, but I was Fran's cousin. Oh, it's Tiffany, my second cousin twice removed.
Oh my God. I told you my Fran Drescher story.
No, give it to me. Give it to me right now.
Oh my God, ding, ding, ding. Another weird overlap. So I went to some party that I shouldn't have gotten into. It was like some after party for some movie or some shit. And then I ended up on the dance floor with Fran Drescher. And I was much younger than her at the time. I'm like 27 then. She already had her big show and everything. I'm dancing with her all night long. I'm going to go on a limb and say she really dug me. And she said...
She was a smoke show.
I was into it. And she gave me her number and she got mine. And she said, I want to call you in for stuff.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is reverse happening, like where a kind of powerful man meets a young hot girl. And again, I'm not saying she had any serious plans, but I went and auditioned for her show based on that, having danced with her. And I never got called back because I probably wasn't very good at it. Oh, man.
Did you audition for large Fran Drescher?
Yes.
Yeah, I auditioned for mini Fran.
Wait,
Yeah.
do it one more time. I'll do.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Mr. Sheffield. That almost sounded like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Because you really have to. The crazy thing about Fran is
Monica's face. She just saw something she can't erase.
if you plug your nose while doing Fran, you can't do it because the sound's completely coming out of you.
Oh, wow.
The sound is coming out of your nasal cavity.
Oh my God. There was so much pressure going into the audition because I'm like,
that's
she's
the
kind of
thing.
like, I got to
Want it to
suck.
be you,
I got to
yeah.
suck to not get this, and I didn't get it.
Well, I think a lot of the time too, when I speak for myself, another overlap, when I had nothing going on, it was almost impossible to get a job because every opportunity meant so much to me. They could see that little seed of needy in your eye. You walk in the door and they're just like, oh, she wants this way too bad. Like,
You're like, hey, did you guys park outside?
You're doing bits. Yeah, what is it? Oh, that's all the meter man smoked your popped a quarter and someone else. You're not even doing jokes.
You're just being loud and fast.
Oh.
Okay, so in case Fran Drescher here, I was so interested in her.
Oh, and she was my hero my entire life.
Yeah, there was nothing negative about that whole story.
I loved her. She was my hero. And then obviously I was legitimately a mini Fran. And then I got on that show and I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. But to your question, Monica, I started when I was a kid and I got whatever little things I could, which were very, very few and far between. And for a large part of my childhood, elementary, middle, and high school, my mom was taking me to New York City to go on auditions. And when I graduated from high school, I went to the University of Delaware for a single semester. And I was planning on going back because I, at that point, you have to keep in mind, had been acting a decade.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, it didn't quite pan out. Maybe I'll go to college, be like a normal kid for a little bit. I went. And then Delaware has I keep saying mini, had this mini mester. So they stopped December 15th, didn't go back till February 15th.
Oh,
so
wow.
kids could get all these extra credits. On that break, I went with my mom and my agent, Aggie Gold of Fresh Faces Agency of Baldwin, Long Island.
Hold on.
Aggie Gold of Fresh Faces Agency from Baldwin, Long Island.
Of Fresh Faces Agency.
And the fucking agent of agents, this woman. She would just cold call Andrew Lloyd Webber and be like, you'll never hear from me again if you don't like this girl.
I deal only in Fresh
like
Faces.
Estelle from Friends.
What's funny is she started her career because she always only repping redheads because she like gave herself a niche. So anyone that needed
my God,
redheads
this is so
went to
weird.
her.
I love it.
Then
I
she
love
did
it.
only kids.
Then only redheaded kids.
Then only redheaded kids. Then only one redheaded kid. She put Tatiana Ali on Fresh Prince. She had Joanna Garcia back in the day, and she was like this tiny agent out of her like back house in Long Island, and she was a killer.
Oh, sure.
So then when I moved out here when I was 18, and I think it was a fairly big error when I moved to LA. Never told her this, but here we go. People were like, you have a little tiny agent who works out of her house in Long Island. Like, get one of these big LA agents. And I did. And I was better off with the woman who looked up who created Roseanne and was like, those are Jackie's sensibilities, and called them until they answered the phone and would meet me.
Yeah.
Like some 1950s shit. Like, just calling MGM. I'm calling all the people, see? And just like did that until they met me.
Yeah.
And it happened. I would meet people. I would bring a boombox and sing to karaoke tracks in like the lobby of a hotel. She'd be like, I've got this big producer coming to meet you. And then I would go sing to Rent to karaoke tracks in the lobby of a hotel.
Oh my God.
To the DoubleTree, which we lied and said I was staying in.
Oh.
We were
what
staying at a
hustler.
hostel by the airport called the Adventurer Hotel. It was the Adventurer Hostel. And when she called people and they asked where we were staying, she would say La Adventura.
Oh my God, I want to read a biography about her. Is she with us still?
She's with us. She's incredible. I'm starting to write something about this wild ass story, and she's a big player.
Oh my God. I would have come here and I have low self-esteem and I'm concerned everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit and
Same.
nobody. Oh my God, I have this embarrassing agent. I got to be with one of these ones that says, I'm great. I would have done the same thing.
I went and met a manager at one point when I first got here. And I wasn't even embarrassed by her. I just sort of was like, small potatoes. Let me get someone bigger. And now to this day, if I ever get another manager, the number one thing I will want is that they be small potatoes. And that I be their client, that they are just like figuring out the puzzle pieces of what is the next step for this person, as opposed to just like a giant company where even where I'm at now, you just get kind of lost.
Yeah.
You know, I had a period of like 4 years or something where I had 3 movies fail and I was getting really scared and I thought I was never going to work again. And I was so on my agents and I was so resentful at my agents. And about, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, I called my old agent and I said, hey, I just want to apologize to you. I was really scared and I didn't think I was ever going to work again. And I was assuming you guys had way more power than you do. And I was putting it all on you. And I'm sorry. And I recognize you can't make me work. You can't, it doesn't work that way. But in my frustration and fear, I started thinking, I bet they send in Will Arnett to that thing. I bet they're sending so-and-so there. I bet, you know.
You wanted someone to point the finger to. Yeah.
Because again, it's either like, it feels like the options on the table are, I suck, or there's some thing afoot.
Something's broken. There's a fail happening somewhere.
So I either need to admit it's me, and then if it's me, I got to quit. I got to retire, because if it's me, then we got bigger problems.
And you know what I think is the really, really scary truth of deciding to be in this business? It's none of those fucking things.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know that anyone was really doing anything wrong.
Right.
I remember you asking me, and I think about it all the time because I don't know how it didn't occur to me, but when we did the Christmas special many years ago, you were like, I've often wondered when we were friends for all those years and it like wasn't happening for you, like why you were still doing it. And that there's something that we also relate on. There's like a little part of you that's like a little sick, that you will get back up every single. You're told no, not 999 times out of 1,000, 1,000 times out of 1,000
for years,
and you for 20 something years, and then you get up the next day and you're like, maybe this one will be it.
It's delusional. We all have
It's
it.
delusional.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's that journey is not for everyone.
Oh, no.
Not
well,
for the healthy people. no.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be a little sick.
And I think my interest in that question specifically for you isn't so much like, not why do you keep doing it? Because, I think you're crazy talented and I always have. And I've been very vocal about that. But the toll it took on me, I mean, I would have been an addict no matter what. But most certainly I needed so much relief from that experience. I needed to go check out a lot. It was just so hard. Just feeling like a failure for a decade.
What sucks too is like, I want to tell actors coming up,
Don't do it.
Yeah, for real. But don't feel that way. You're not a failure.
Yeah.
But when I was not working, it's like, well, objectively, yeah, you are. Everyone around you is killing it and you're not, and you're seemingly doing the same things. A lot of the time, you're working way harder, writing way more, doing more stand-up, showing up for like trying to any possible way you can. And it's just not you sometimes.
Oh,
Most of the time.
yeah. You sang and performed. You did college tours. You got into stand-up. You took stand-up workshop. Like, you kept pursuing every single conceivable route. That is the difference between someone that's experiencing what you did and I did, that doesn't get over the hurdle. It's because that is part of it.
I couldn't agree more. What ended up happening when I did start really doing all the things you said, because in my 20s, I didn't really. I told some jokes occasionally, but I wasn't like a club comic where I was like touring and trying to really do stand-up and musical comedy and get out. In my 20s, I wasn't writing. I wasn't really making my own stuff. I wasn't
Hustling.
I wasn't. And so then in my early 30s is when I really was like, I need to be doing more stand-up. And it was that it was all these other avenues that made me talk about self-esteem, feel so much better about myself because I was getting validation.
Well,
Which,
you're
by the way,
reminded why you want to do
Correct.
this because you forget. It's all about the result of getting hired at some point.
Yep.
And that's all you're thinking about. And you literally forget, like, oh, I like entertaining
this
people.
feels so good. It made these auditions not the only thing in my life.
Yes.
But when I would go on them and be like, I don't get this. There's nothing. Like I just was like a crazed person, and I got to a point with auditions where my and I'd been acting, as I said, since I was a kid. In my 30s, my hands started shaking on auditions, and I started getting really because I guess I reached a critical mass of not being able to take it, and my nervous system was like, yo, we're out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I would have to keep like press my feet into the ground or.
It's such a beating.
And I'd only been acting 21 years at that point, so you'd understand.
Were you hip to propanol yet?
I am now, baby.
You are now?
Yes,
Okay.
Because of KB. She
Right,
told me
'cause,
about it.
yes, and I imagine that would have been super helpful.
Kristen told me about beta blockers, and that helped massively. Combo that with doing stand-up and getting out there, starting to tour, and then starting to earn some money. When I went on an audition and I met producers, you weren't my God anymore. Because like, okay, it is what it is. I have a show at the Improv tonight. I'm opening for Garland next week, blah, 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 dropping name. I'm feeling a little bit like my shit doesn't stink. And I'm on the comedy, I'm doing shows and feeling good. So it's like, but you bring that energy into a room, people are like, oh, who's that bitch?
It's a mind fuck. It's kind of the opposite of The Secret. Is like I don't. From what I understand about The Secret, is like what is it? You believe you're gonna get it?
Yeah, you manifest.
This
So
is
you're like,
almost the opposite. It's like you convince yourself you don't want anything.
and it comes pouring.
No, that's not it. You can't convince yourself. That's you really have to be there, which is why the stand-up and the things, you weren't just like trying to tell yourself, I don't care. You really didn't, because you really had something to do at 5 o'clock.
You can't fake it.
Yeah.
That's
like
true.
if you go into these meetings, like I would.
Yeah.
I would like sit there. I mean, this gets a little sad. I would sit outside the thing and I would try. It makes me kind of want to cry. I would try and sit there to calm my mind and make my fucking hands and feet stop shaking.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
And I would
so-
sit out there and all my friends are successful and everybody's killing it. And I'm on an audition for a 10-liner for Castle and just sitting out there pressing my hands into my lap, just trying to stop shaking.
Yeah.
And here's what's wild. I didn't feel nervous. I wasn't like, oh God, those people in there, they could,
Your body keeps a score.
My body kept the score.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything, truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from "I've been working on this" to "here it is, come find me." All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is supported by Helix. All right, let's talk about something we both really care deeply about: sleep.
It's the most important thing. I've had my Helix mattress for years now, and I genuinely think it's one of the best investments you can make for your home. Mine still feels just like it did when I first got it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not one of those mattresses that caves in after 6 months. These things are built to last. And I'm a side sleeper. I ordered a side sleeper and I get hot, so I have cooling. And I can't tell you how much more comfortable it is to be in there not sweating and tossing and turning.
Cooling is really important. I've read that you're supposed to sleep a little bit cold. So I also have cooling. And they have over 20 models, so it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. You just go take their quiz and they match you to what actually works for your body.
Plus, they've got cooling upgrades, which heading into summer, non-negotiable.
Truly.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/armchair. We are supported by Walden University. You know that feeling when you've been thinking about making a move, going after the degree, the promotion, the thing you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday? Walden University is built for that moment. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working professionals get the W, the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to create real change in their careers and communities. Their programs are designed around your life, not the other way around. With Tempo Learning available in select programs, there are no rigid schedules or set weekly deadlines. You move at your own pace. And Walden's faculty aren't just academics. They're practitioners who bring real-world experience into everything they teach. From your first class to career coaching and beyond, Walden is your partner the whole way. Take the first step and learn at a pace that works for you. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev. Okay, so Essentialism. Have you read that?
No.
Okay, so it's what you were just talking about, the agent. In the book, he says that having boundaries actually makes people drawn to you. What it tells them is this person values themselves. They know their value, and having like boundaries. I'm not going to work on the weekends. I'm not going to do this and that. It's like all counterintuitive. I want to work around it because I want to work with this person.
That's been a massive issue in my whole life, from my parents to my relationships to my reps to everyone. I am a boundaryless person because I want to be liked and I want to be cool.
Yeah.
And I think I'm sort of realizing that now. Obviously, I didn't ever have a real light on that until more recently. But I've never been a boundary person because I was like, nah, dude, like I'm go with the, like I'll do whatever and I'm cool. And
well, your sex stories were always the most amusing
Thank
of all
you.
of Kristen's friends.
Thank you so much. Yeah, some of those were wild. But those boundaries were more, obviously, I know you're joking, but those were my choice. That wasn't like me letting dudes do anything. So more emotionally, when I see a moment where like I should put my foot down and you need to get the fuck out because this isn't okay, and you'd respect me if I did that, I'll just like revert to childhood and sit quietly and not say anything and then be grumpy or be sad or be passive aggressive.
But don't you think too, in that state, going through that for a couple decades, that it can put an abnormal pressure on relationships? Because like now this relationship you're in has to basically fulfill everything that's going on in your life and nurture all these wounds that exist.
Enter my 20s where two things. One, I wasn't doing other stuff. I was just saying, okay, I got reps. I hope I get jobs. Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. And the other thing was I was so wrapped up in my relationships in my 20s that I focused so hard on the dudes that I would date one for 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. And I was serial monogamous and I would always have a boyfriend. I would watch them skyrocket too.
Yeah.
And I would-
Oh, so rough.
I mean, over and over and over and over again. I mean,
You're like a talent scout.
yeah, my pussy is. So
Your
yeah.
pussy should be a manager. This is Jackie Tohn calling from Pussy
This is Pussy Tohn calling from Pussy Management. But I'm writing that movie too.
Does that manager only like redheads?
That manager, yes,
Or-
only
yeah,
likes
okay,
firecrackers.
good. Yeah.
My Magical Puss movie, my writing partner Rachel and I just finished it, and we're gonna go out.
Wait, we've blurred into reality. You've written up a movie. We had like a fun joke about your pussy being a manager, and then now I'm learning for the first time you actually have a project.
I've said that my pussy's a talent scout for.
Oh, I don't know
this. This is why we're friends.
Okay.
I've definitely never said this to you. It's sort of been like a thing and a movie idea I've always had in my head, and just gone like, there's a story in here. Completely from my 20s, every dude I dated skyrocketed to fame. I mean, just crazy. Yeah, Emmy winners, Grammy winners, showrunners, directors. And when we dated, we were arguing about whose turn it was to buy the almond milk.
Was it that you were seeking out people who
I
could get proximity to that?
No, they had nothing going on.
I hit you with my theory on this years ago. I don't know if you remember it.
I'm sure I do. Let's hear it.
You said I can't date someone who's not really funny.
Yes.
And I said, are you sure it's not that you can't date someone whose approval of you means something?
Sure.
Meaning this person's a comedic
Yep.
genius, so if I can make them laugh, that approval will feel better. If I make
Yes.
Joe,
yeah.
taxi cab driver, laugh, big fucking deal. So it's not unrelated because she was attracted to people who were hyper talented because their approval felt really good. And of course, hyper talented people do end up working.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not unrelated.
No, it's not unrelated. As we've talked about a million times, there's a ton of hyper talent that nothing ever happens with them. A, and B, with these particular set of
This
dudes, this stable of gents, harem. I mean, one was broker than the next. I mean, one lived on a couch in his friend's studio on Franklin.
Wow.
And then became like a
millionaire?
a multi-millionaire.
Oh my
Wow.
Pop star, like crazy. Yeah, it's just wild.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Jason Moran.
That's
we'll cut
right.
it out. Yeah.
That's right. You don't have to cut it out. I mean, it is what it is. It's just like, it's just wild. Like it just was, there was a time in my life and I started to like sort of write the seeds of the movie. And then because of the pandemic, my writing partner and I finished it. It's called Magical Puss.
Oh my God. I love this.
Are you still in touch with any of these people? Like,
No.
are you a person who does that?
No, her and Ricky are friends.
Oh, just Ricky. Yeah.
Just Ricky.
Okay. But most others, no.
Yeah, none of the others. I mean, my
What-
ex,
well, Kyle.
my ex Kyle, who I love, but I haven't spoken to him in, oh God, I have no idea. Years, probably 5 years. I think maybe we exchanged a text 3 years ago, but it's been,
Oh, okay.
we don't talk.
You're so supportive of him that I assumed you guys talk. Because
Yeah.
I've recently discovered what a genius he is.
He's a genius.
Kyle Dunnigan.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Dunnigan on Instagram, who I think he's unbelievably funny. And I
truly
keep
is.
telling you about it, and you're like, "Oh, I know. I'm so glad you're into him. You should Instagram him." So you're so supportive, and you want him to receive praise that I assumed you guys were.
Yeah. There's no bad blood. It's just like, you realize at a certain point, like someone isn't your person and like you move on. And I still think they're super crazy talented. And now I think it's easier for me too, because we're all doing well-ish.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it's not like me on the sidelines like it used to be, being like, if I could get a morsel of any of the things that you have going on,
Mm-hmm.
sort of vibes. And Ricky knows this, but like I remember him when he was on
Rick Glassman.
Rick Glassman.
Who also is incredible. You are a
Incredibly
wonderful
talented.
talent scout.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
When-
you got an eye. So does Bree. Bree's
Yeah.
husband just got promoted to, he's the head of Marvel Television now. And she met him and he was
He
doing
is?
behind the scenes videography on Iron Man.
That's
yes,
awesome.
Brad is now the president of Marvel fucking Television, which I'm so happy
That
for both of them.
is incredible.
Yeah.
She got in on the ground floor. I mean, I was a fucking loser drug addict making $8,000 a year. And then Brad was doing videography, and good for her.
She picks him.
Yeah.
when Ricky would like come home from Undateable and have a totally reasonable gripe about the job, I would want to make a Jackie-shaped hole in the wall and fucking escape through concrete any way I could.
Yes.
And by the way, same thing would happen when I was on Glow. I would come home and
Their jobs.
from my leotard, I was like, literally the zipper was digging into my back all day and I was wrestling and it was hurting. And I was like, it hurts. I can't touch my back. I can't sit back. Just whatever the natural gripe was. But if you're talking to your partner who doesn't have a job and can't get a job, and like he would come home and be like, oh, I don't know about this dialogue or whatever. I couldn't sympathize. I couldn't be a partner to him.
Yep.
Like I couldn't sit there and rub his back because I was like, I would fucking kill. I would kill for what you're complaining about right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, just to make sure like I'm not putting him in a bad light, these weren't.
No, he wasn't a prima donna.
No, he was
By the
coming
way,
home and like bitching about regular work stuff. And I couldn't even hear it.
When people wonder why Bree and I broke up, if it was because of having an open relationship. And I'm like, no, that really wasn't it. There were many things, but one of the bigger ones was all of a sudden I started making all this money and we bought thermostatic valves at whatever the high-end Home Depot used to be.
As one does.
What's that? Home Depot used to have a high-end. It was above Lowe's even. It was I don't know. It doesn't matter. The thermostatic valves are the fucking valves that are behind the knob you turn in the shower. And I had bought $6,500 with them to remodel the house. And I was very upset to spend $6,500 on something you don't even see. And I was complaining about it for a good 25 minutes. And we were in the car and she finally goes, you fucking are going to make $1 million this year. Will you fucking shut up about the $6,500?
Ooh.
Now I'm like, yeah, from her point of view, fucking get over it.
Yeah, why do I have to shoulder your issue
Yes,
with the 6,500?
And I went from making $8,000 to making $1 million, and she's still making whatever. And it must have been maddening. We're both right.
Yeah.
Like
I was just going to
Yes.
say that because I was saying that was starting to sound like you were discounting your experience, which also is totally valid.
yeah, I don't want to
That's
spend.
fucking annoying.
Yes, and I've been broke my whole life, so it seems crazy.
I'm the same. I still save and I still don't spend.
We talk about this because I don't have that issue. And I try to tell Jackie to just get what she wants.
I know. I'll text Monica and be like, "Can I?" She's like,
Buy this pillow?
Well, I once saw her in these really gorgeous shoes. These just like, and they were just a booty. Like they weren't excessive. And I was like, "What are we doing with those booties?" And she was like, "They're Stella McCartney, and I wanted them, and I bought them for myself." And I was like, "Teach me the fucking ways."
Okay, so someone who knows both of you, I just as an objective outsider, I do think somewhere in the middle of you two is probably the
Yeah,
great
that's
place.
right.
Because we have had Monica and I have had. I'm sorry, so sorry. How much was the price of that lamp?
I know, but am I ever in a position where I'm like, oh, fuck, I have no money.
No.
I spent the money on that lamp and I shouldn't have. No,
Can I borrow?
I'm
Right.
incredibly realistic
Yeah.
about my life
Yep.
and about what things cost for me and how much I have to buy lamps and
Yep.
shoes.
I think
And
you're doing
I
great.
have no children.
The big thing is your parents were hustlers. My mom was a
yeah.
hustler. Money was
My parents
on
were gym teachers.
right. So money was on our mind all 18 years. And Monica's parents were a little more comfortable, engineer and a computer programmer. I think I grew up around a lot more fear of financial insecurity.
My parents are immigrant parents who did not go a day without telling me, you make sure
Right.
that you pick something safe and that you have enough money. It was not an issue.
Right. My mom is an immigrant as well and the child of Holocaust survivors. And so our house growing up, you couldn't throw out a you could throw out a chicken. There'd be
Yeah.
nothing left on the chicken. Don't throw that out. I'm using the bones. I'm using the fucking bones for Ma.
Yeah.
And she would sometimes eat the marrow. Or I'm making stock. I'm making stock. No one's making, you're not a chef.
Yes.
The Jewish Guy Fieri. Like, don't throw that out. Everything was like, there was looking through the garbage that happened to make sure you didn't, if you threw out cereal, there was always, but then on the flip side of that, we had everything we wanted. There wasn't one sugar cereal in the house. There were 6. Like there was an abundance. It wasn't like we sat there and had nothing. My parents always took super care of us. They both did. You know, we were like fully middle class in Long Island and like we wanted for nothing, but it was more what was infused. It
The
was
fear. It's a palpable fear that you can get passed on to. Well, we would have the family meeting, I don't know, every other month where my mom would go, we don't have enough this month. So we're going to go to the grocery store and we're going to get meat and we're going to get bread and we're not going to pick out a cereal and we're not going to get blank. And that was once every couple months.
We
yeah,
definitely
that's
didn't have
real.
that.
We didn't have that either.
But they were almost trying to convince me that we did, that we were in that
Right.
situation when I knew we were not.
Yeah.
And it backfired on them big time because they were trying to instill fear, but I could see that we were in no problem. Like there was
Right.
We weren't in the danger zone.
no, and I'm like, this is a waste. This is a waste of energy. And
Yeah, you
so I'm
rejected,
like,
like,
you know
I'm not
what?
going to
I'm
be
buying
afraid
what
of
I
this.
want.
Yeah.
And it's funny you said that about the opposite because my mom was an immigrant and her family went through such just insanity and turmoil. There was a big piece of her that, like a lot of immigrant parents, that were like, my kid will have everything.
Sure,
My
sure,
kids
sure.
will have. My parents were in what are called shtetls, which are like hovels in outdoor ghettos. They were living and running for their lives, and hearing those stories her whole life, and growing up in a little tiny apartment in Brooklyn with her entire 5-person family when they were finally able to get sponsored to even get into the United States. Because for all the history we all know about, we weren't trying to let Jews into the United States, even into the 40s. And so especially after World War II.
Yeah, people discount how ubiquitous anti-Semitism was prior to World War II.
100%.
Yeah, yeah, and then post that Holocaust, we were like, "Oh, we're gonna not do that."
Yeah,
anymore.
that looked bad. But so I think my mom, a big part of her identity was like, my kids are gonna have what, a lot of immigrant parents feel like. A lot of parents, period.
Yeah, yeah.
But especially like,
Yeah, have you seen how many motorized vehicles Lincoln has?
I,
She don't want one of them. She got more motorized vehicles than
and
I
you were
had
like,
until I was 25.
Believe me, she loves cars. Believe me. And Dex. But so my mom, she gave up a lot of her working life to take me on auditions and to make it so my dreams can come true and make it so I could, because when you're a kid actor, it's 20% about you as the kid. Who's taking you?
Exactly.
What do you,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you
Who's
need-
running your lines with you? Who's
all of it.
And
yeah.
then I also have to give credit where it's due that all that said, she wasn't a stage mother. I was the one begging to do it. She wasn't like, put on your fancy dress.
You've shown us this video of you at your bat mitzvah in a suit. Were you wearing a tuxedo?
Sure was.
And you're just bossing everyone around. You're telling people to sit down and you shut up and you make a speech and then you sing.
Wiping
Right?
off the kisses of Holocaust survivors. Your lips are very wet, Grandma. Wiping off the
You were baby boss. You were baby boss.
monster.
Yeah, and you acknowledge that and you own it and you move past it. And that's exactly why I love you.
If nothing else, we have to see ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I think that is what separates the assholes from the non, right? Like,
Yeah, we're all assholes.
Awareness, yeah.
self-awareness to go like, that was like, it's funny because I actually didn't see my bat mitzvah video again and probably until my 20s. I was mortified. I didn't know what to do. I told my mom, like, make sure no one ever sees that. Like, I was genuinely terrified. And then I wrote a comedy show about it.
Right.
And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Am I sitting on solid gold? And I'm just like, sit down. Wait a minute. Stop. You're spitting, wiping, just like nasty. I grab the mic from the DJ so loud it makes a noise. It goes,
It's like a scene from a movie.
Oh, I love it.
Like, or it would be normally like a billionaire's spoiled kid.
Yes.
Yes. It's
100%.
so great.
I don't know who enabled that behavior my whole life.
Oh. That's the price of being super cute and funny and talented.
that's
You can get
the
away with
kind.
goddamn murder.
Yeah, Delta.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Delta
Look
could
at
pull
her.
that. And we'd
Yeah.
all be like, look at this little fucking military
just-
I mean,
general.
she
Spider
was at her
face.
birthday the other day. Like, it was cake time.
Yelling
and
at
he's like,
people.
Eric, everyone, like,
Yeah.
Cut the
it's,
shit.
it's time for my cake.
She's really a good friend.
Okay, so let's talk. Well, first of all, everyone, thank you for your patience. The cup full of urine. So it was the middle of a weekday. I had gotten inexplicably tired, I think because I'm working out so much. And I was on the lazy boy in the middle of the afternoon. Monica stopped by to grab something.
To drop off a present from Danny Ricardo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That could be another tangent. But she said, are you okay? And the "are you okay" was very reminiscent of when I was taking opiates, and she would ask that. So I was like, yeah, I'm just tired, blah, blah, blah. Then later that night, I said, hey, I think I detected that you probably were worried I was high, and I'm not. And, I'd be happy to take a drug test. And she said, no, you don't have to take a drug test. And then I went to Rite Aid and I got the most expensive drug test. They test for 4 different things and peed in it and sloshed it around.
He wasn't on drugs, but he does have chlamydia.
Well, of course.
Sure, come on.
That's the least of my concerns down there. The funny part was, so 2 lines is negative. So for the cocaine, negative. The opiates, which is our main concern, negative. And marijuana, negative. But for methamphetamine, not positive, but basically it says right on there, even a faint line counts. But it was really faint. And I was like, this is really weird.
Also would not describe why I'm sleeping in the middle of the
well,
day.
certainly
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
not the outcome of doing meth. But I was like, that's weird that line was faint. It still counts, but why is it faint? And then I was swirling around for like 15 minutes. Like, what could I be doing? And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I've been taking Zyrtec D for 4 days with
Decongestant. My first guess was
Sudafed.
going to be Advil cold and sinus or Sudafed.
Yeah, it was Zyrtec D. So I think that little bit of Sudafed is what made it a faint line.
Well, it is meth.
It is
It
indeed.
is meth.
It is indeed.
Anyway, so thanks for bearing with us if it was driving you crazy about the drug test. Okay, now you have a new show.
I have a new show.
What is the new show and what is it on? Is it on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It's called, I'm so excited. And I'm extra excited because this past weekend I watched them all.
Okay.
And I'm really excited now.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, and you know me.
That's terrifying.
Terrifying. So the show is called Best Leftovers Ever.
Oh.
And it is a cooking competition series that's going to be coming out. Well, this is coming out January
4th.
Of 2022.
Okay, stop it, God forbid. 2029. Anyway, thanks guys so much for having me. All episodes streaming on Netflix as of December 30th, 2020. And I would describe it as like Pee-wee's Playhouse meets Nailed It meets Chopped. Like it's
Ooh.
wackadoo.
Okay.
So the contestants enter through a massive Chinese food takeout container with enormous chopsticks next to it. And me and my fellow judges, I'm the host and I judge. And then we have restaurateur and culinary influencer David So to my right, and cookbook author and world-renowned chef Rosemary Schrager to my left. And they are ridiculous.
How did that decision get made?
So it's Magical Elves. They do Top Chef and Project Runway and sort of like
geez.
best in class for reality competition shows. So I met with them in September of 2019. I just got an email from my agent. So I was like, hey, the Magical Elves want to meet you about this cooking show. Didn't even say it was about leftovers. They were looking for Netflix talent and obviously Glow. So I was like, cool, let's go do it. So I go in and I meet a couple of these execs. And then the third dude that introduces himself to me looks familiar. We look at each other back and forth a couple times. He gives me a huge bear hug. He's like, get in here, Jack. And it turns out that the guy at the time that runs Magical Elves, this guy named Toby Gorman, who was a low-level segment producer when I was on American Idol
A decade
in
ago.
2008.
Wow.
13 years ago.
That's correct.
Oh my
Also,
God.
Jackie was on American Idol.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Big
If
spoiler.
you're going through the back catalog of American Idol.
And how far did you get?
Top 36,
Top
season
36,
8.
season
right.
8.
I wish I had brought this up when we were talking about this just repetitive spin cycle you were in where you're so talented, yet the people around you are going up to the stratosphere. So what a literal example of that, of being on American Idol and then like the people you became buddies with that you were drawn to in that experience, then make it to the top.
Yep. I remember Paula Abdul did like Leno, and they asked her who her favorite contestants were that season. And she was like, I can't say, but I love that Jackie Tohn.
Oh,
and I was
my
like, I'm
God.
about to win this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then I went into,
shopping
and then
for a boat.
100%. Literally had to return the yacht. I went into Idol the next day and went home. And I was like, it's wild how they do that show. But anyway, so I go into this room. What it turned out had happened. You want to talk about wild ass career things? 150 million things in my career had to happen exactly as they did for this to happen as it did. So a list of Netflix talent, funny women. They wanted a woman and Netflix and funny. This list passes Toby Gorman's desk, and I'm nowhere near the top. And he looks through it and he goes, let's see Jackie Tohn first. And he's telling the story in the meeting. I did not know this. And he goes, and I brought you in because I remember when we were on Idol, we were like what do we do with this girl? This is a singing competition. And she should have her, like, it was very kind. And he was like, and she should have her own show. Like, people need to hear this wise assery coming out of this kid. And like, but we obviously couldn't capitalize on that. You're on a singing competition. And so he's telling this story and he's like, and I've always just wondered what would happen with her. And then she was on Glow and I was like, someone finally gave Jackie Tohn a chance. And then your name came across my desk and I was like, she is the host of this show.
I mean,
That's awesome.
see, that's where, like, again, back to like, your agent can't do that.
Correct.
It's like you're a good person on set. You're friendly. You get along with people. You show your real personality, not an audition. Someone falls in love with you. Later, that person's a president of something. It's crazy. You can't script it.
12 years later, by the time I met him.
And the premise of the show is what people, there's a bunch of leftovers in a fridge and they've got to prepare something outstanding.
That's absolutely right. So in round one, the three chefs have fridges behind them, and in those fridges they all have the same leftovers. So every episode is different. So one episode it's like, last night was date night, so you've got chocolate covered strawberries, you've got whatever sexy food is in the fridge, and we need you to turn that into flavor bomb brunch, right? And so you need to turn it into, or like you need to turn that into a wild dessert. So one of the ones that was my favorite is like, so you haven't been feeling well for the last week, so the leftovers in your fridge are matzo ball soup, rice, couple pieces of dry toast.
Oh, boy. The brat diet. Couple bananas.
100%.
Yeah.
And like, that's what's in your fridge. And we need you to turn that into a decadent dessert.
So isn't that awesome when you go down and you actually taste the shit and it's incredible?
It's incredible. There was very, very few times, like I can think of one time I was like, that is not an egg that I'm gonna, I even said it on the show. They like cut to me and I just go, it looks like a boogie, which was not nice. I wish I didn't, but also it was gross.
You're in a little bit of a tricky situation, are you not? Because I watch American Idol and I don't fucking like when you blow smoke up someone's ass and you don't actually help them, but also you don't want to be a dick.
Nope. There's a very thin line. But I think also the other judges, since one of them is a chef and the other one is sort of a culinary
You're
expert,
off the hook a little bit.
I am.
It is a little ironic that you're the host of a cooking show
Thank you
because
so much.
of these many things I know about you, you being a chef is not.
That's correct. Well, I have a personal chef, and I don't know how she finds the time, good old Kristen Bell. I mean, I still come over here and I'm just like, what is for lunch? And there's the kids are running around and all this stuff is going on and the phone's ringing and there's press and she's just like, I could do light life sausages in the pan with like peppers and onions really quick. Do you need me to do rice? Or are you fine? I'm like, no rice. And she's like cooking and
Yeah, and then you're like, I don't like peppers. And she's like, just try it, and then you love it.
oh, everything I hate, she cooks and I love.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I'm like, no mushrooms. She's like, don't worry, just try. Every
you love it.
time.
Yeah.
I know.
But then round two, my fridge comes out. My fridge is sort of like a character on the show. She's shy sometimes. We need to coax her out. Sometimes we need to cheer fridge.
Yeah.
You get it. Yeah. My fridge comes out and it's whatever takeout I got the night before.
Oh.
So one night it's Mexican, French, Italian, Greek, a different genre, ethnicity every day. And you can't take Italian and keep it Italian. So you can't take Thai and keep it Thai. Correct. I mean, some of the transformations, like, one of the foods that I had as my takeout was like diner food. So one person got a hamburger and fries, one person got chicken tenders and fries, and one person got a fried fish sandwich.
Oh,
And the girl with the fried fish sandwich made an incredible curry
Oh.
with gnocchi,
Uh-oh.
and she turned the French fries into the gnocchi.
Oh, wow.
And then was able to cover up all those flavors by adding in the coconut milk and the curry powder. It was wild.
So the contestants themselves must have some deep cooking background.
Oh,
no?
absolutely. They're varying degrees. Every episode, we tried to cast people on the same level. So it'd either be like 3 restaurant owners or 3 home cooks or 3,
nice.
like it wasn't just like people crazy out of their league.
it's not like Nailed It where they're literally just a person.
No.
doesn't know. Okay.
They all
Whoever
know
drove
how
you
to
to
cook.
the studio that day.
And then we give them the $10,000 prize in a casserole dish. That's a casserole.
Casserole.
So tons of dad jokes, like more than I can count.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. That sounds so fun.
I think another thing that really like pumped me up about it, not to harken back too hard to our mutual best friend, but like there's so much food waste that goes on. And I know that that's something that doesn't really happen too crazy at this house because everything's turned into something else. Like she's constantly like, whatever's in the fridge, throw it in a pan. And that's what Best Leftovers Ever is. And the last thing is that round 2, they have to take whatever they've gotten for the takeout leftovers and turn it into high-end cuisine. So we're talking plating. We're talking drizzles. We're talking, it's really,
presentation.
Really, 100% matters.
Accoutrement.
Because sometimes if you're making an arroz con pollo, no matter how delicious it is, that's looking like a pile of rice.
Yes.
America.
Now, to your point about food waste, the bulk of my holiday break has been because we have the new house that we can't sleep in because we didn't get the occupancy permit. We failed that. But we're trying to spend time there. And then Kristen ordered way too much food. So we have all this food at the old house, and then we bring it all the way over to the new house, and then people come over, and then they eat it, and then we bring it back to the old house for when we want to eat, and then we bring it over to Eric and Molly's house in case they want to eat it, and then we bring it back, and then we bring it back to the. This all happened. I have put the same meal in and out of her car probably 12 times in
If
the
I have
last
to open
7
this
days.
all-time bag one more time, I will.
It's incredible. Last night I was reloading it up, and I was like, I think this is my 9th time putting this fucking box
But
in
I
the
love
truck.
that so much. There's no waste.
No waste.
Oh my goodness.
You should have Carly on the show. She's kind of the master of there's nothing in the fridge. Her
No, I
specialty
know.
is leftovers.
Yes. Taking the scraped off
Mm-hmm.
junk out of the squirrel
And then she
leftover.
turns it into like a cheese crisp. You're like, what did you
I
do?
can't- Yeah.
Yeah, with a hot sauce somehow.
I think I am going to come eat at the house after this.
Now I'm
Infused in the
starving.
I'm
cracker.
starving. Who's gonna cook for us over there?
All right, so what's it called again?
It's called Best Leftovers Ever.
Best Leftovers Ever. And by the time you're hearing this, it is on Netflix. Best Leftovers Ever. Please watch all of them immediately. Were you shooting it during COVID?
No, actually,
Oh.
we're super lucky. So we shot November 2019.
Okay.
And these cooking shows, they're so incredible. We shot 8 episodes in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Shot 4 in 1 week, 4 in the next week.
It's the dream.
It's this massive burst of energy. And then we were done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a journey. I'm just going to say, at the risk of making people's expectations too high, it is a comedy cooking show.
Okay. I'm in.
It's a comedy.
I'm in.
It's a comedy
too.
cooking show. It's a wacky. It's like when I heard about comedy horror movies, I was like, how could that possibly work? And then you're like, that works.
Well, Monty and I, we're going to binge the shit out of
are.
this. Guaranteed.
I'm excited.
So everyone check it out. Jackie Tohn, I love you.
I love you guys
I'm
so
so glad.
Love you,
much.
Jack.
I'm so glad you were our first in person in,
Oh my
in
God.
the attic in almost a year.
Wow.
Kicking off the new year.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Jackie Tohn.
Yeah.
Do it.
I like that.
But spell tone.
Okay.
T-H-O.
No, you're first you said Jackie Chone.
Chonies.
And now you
Jackie
first you said
Chonies.
Jackie's Chonies, Jackie's ball sack, and now you've spelled my name wrong. Let me handle this.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Let me handle this.
I'm very bad at it.
I'm also not good. I'm remedial reading. That's another thing we have in common.
Yeah. And a big chip on our shoulder about being dumb. Yeah.
So I will prove to you with my volume somehow that I'm smart. That didn't work
In
well.
the absence of facts, I will give you volume.
At Jackie Tohn, just kidding. Just screaming it.
T-O.
HN.
I knew there was a fucking H in there.
There's
That's what I was-
100% an
yes,
H.
Yes. T-O-H-N. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Like John, but with a T.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Let's go eat.
Bye.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi high-yield checking and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Parents, you've got enough on your back-to-school list right now. Ink cartridges do not need to be on it. They just don't. The HP Smart Tank printer uses a refillable ink tank and comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's the last printer you'll ever need. To learn more, search HP Smart Tank.
This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com. And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman. Welcome to the first fact check of 2021.
Welcome. Happy New Year.
It's so nice to be joined by you.
I'm excited to jump into this refreshment of a year.
Before you give us the facts, should we do a recap of last year's resolutions and then maybe...
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you remember yours? I remember mine.
Shit. What?
Was it 2 years ago that you were going to stop saying you were busy?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. What was mine for this year?
I remember mine, and mine actually worked.
Okay, tell me.
I committed to stop telling people I have a hard time sleeping or that I'm an insomniac, and I have slept incredibly this year. I don't even get nervous now when I go to sleep.
Wow.
I mean, I still use sleep aids, but even last year when I used sleep aids, I still didn't fall asleep. Like I would listen to my book on tape for a half hour, but now I can barely get like 5 minutes into my Genghis Khan Audible.
That's
right now.
awesome.
Yeah, I sleep like a little baby now. And I remember I started waking up early this year, which is I didn't think was possible for me.
Last year was hard to do anything correctly, you know, like if you made a resolution to cut down on alcohol, like you probably didn't do that. That wasn't the year for it, you know?
It makes me think of the Mike Tyson quote, and he may have taken it from someone else, but he said, everyone has a plan for their fight until they get punched in the face. And there's a similar one in the military, which is like, there's a plan until contact with the enemy. So I feel like what anyone's plan was, once March hit, they were like, wait, what the fuck was my plan? I can't even remember.
I just also think it's so bizarre that, I mean, it just feels so simulation-esque that it was the year from essentially beginning to end with all the craziness. And as soon as the year end hit, we are coming out of it. We had the vaccine. Like, it's bizarre.
It is bizarre. Very simulation-y.
2020 simulation. I was here for Christmas. These are updates, I guess. I was here for Christmas, and I didn't spend the night on Christmas Eve, if people were wondering.
You won't do it.
Well, what happened is
Is it fair to say you learned a lesson that you lived with us for a couple months in quarantine and it was just too much and you had to get the hell out of there?
No, that's not it at all. Actually, the opposite. I thought it would be good for me to live in my reality.
Okay.
Which is I live in an apartment by myself, and that's my reality. So, and also part of my reality is having best friends who live close by, who I get to see all the time and spend the day with. But it seemed like maybe the reality of my life is I go to home and I sleep in my house and I wake up by myself, and that's okay. And I make my matcha, and then I go over to my friend's house.
I feel you. I don't like it, of course, selfishly, but I understand the goal.
I just think not running away from like the reality of my life.
Right. Well, that's an interesting point, because when I lived alone, I certainly got lonely, but I also came to love my little routine that was not impeded by anyone else. So it's like, if you got to be lonely, you better reap all the benefits of it, which is like, I'm hungry right now. I'm going to eat right now. And I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want. And it's not going to be a conversation. And I'm not going to compromise.
Yes.
I'm going to go here right now. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out the door and go to the hardware store. And no one's going to say a damn thing about it.
Agree. And you can just, it can be messy. It can be clean.
Or like the other night, you spent upwards of 5 hours on a YouTube rabbit hole.
Exactly.
And if you were in a relationship, that person would be like, honey,
What are you doing?
You've been on YouTube for 5 hours.
I actually had this exact thought while I was doing it. I was on it for real 4 hours watching cooking videos.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh my God, I'm so happy right now.
Uh-huh.
And I would not be able to do this if there was somebody else in this bed. So I had gratitude.
Especially
for
if you had a boyfriend like me that was needy as hell, and I would like need your attention. At least every couple hours, you'd have to give me like 10 uninterrupted minutes of attention and approval. At first, I'd be like, "Oh, it's so cute. Are you gonna make one of those things?" And then 2 hours later, I'd be like, "If you not, is there one you haven't seen yet?" And then they would get progressively more passive aggressive, and then ultimately, I'd be so resentful at you. I'd be like, "You're never gonna make any of those foods."
Wow.
What? No, I wouldn't be this bad, but I'm just playing the potential role.
Well, see, this makes me feel like I want to be by myself because I like going on rabbit holes like once a year.
Well, maybe you'll take on a lover in 2021 who visits for lovemaking,
but
doesn't get in the way of your rabbit holes.
Okay. I mean, I also don't want to be in rabbit holes a lot because as we learned, it's not good. I did not, that I know of, get QAnon'd.
Okay.
But I might have.
Now listen, it's just occurring to me that maybe cooking videos are one of the only things that can't route you to some political point of view because they're so non-political.
No, I bet it could. Because like, depending on the ones you go to, maybe in some like a Southern cooking class, but and then there's Confederate flag decor.
Oh, okay, sure.
I was watching videos from one woman, Allison Roman. She did videos for New York Times cooking, and I just stumbled upon a ziti.
Ziti, what's that? Oh, a baked ziti.
Baked ziti.
Oh, a baked ziti, a mostaccioli. 4-pound sausage.
I'm trying to think. What? Oh, I know exactly how it happened. Okay, these are the steps you got to trace. So I went on Goop to actually go shopping.
Oh, sure.
When I pulled it up, there was a cooking thing popped up. And so then I thought, ooh, I wonder if there's cooking videos on here. So then it was a cooking video with Kate Hudson.
Oh, okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. And Oliver Hudson.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
And they were making some cocktail and holiday snacks.
Oh, okay.
And I had already seen this video. It was from last year.
Oh, recycled.
And I thought, I wonder if there's new videos.
Because you liked that one.
I did.
Okay.
So then I went scouring on Goop for cooking videos. I watched like 2, but there weren't very many. So I thought, I want to watch more. And then I went to YouTube.
Okay.
And I thought, I'll just type in New York Times.
Oh,
cooking.
a trusted brand.
Very trusted brand. See, but even that
is political. You're right. Yeah, it's left.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got QAnon.
Oh my God. You got left QAnon.
So anyway, this baked ziti, it looked delicious. And it looked so good. And then there was another one by her. So I watched that. 4 hour, and 2 of them were half-hour ones, which I was thrilled by. It was cooking for Passover and also big Thanksgiving in a little kitchen.
Well, you know, now that you're telling it, I'm realizing I kind of did do that thing to you, which is I was texting with you for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of it. And we were in the middle of an actual exchange. And you go, I got to go back to my YouTube rabbit hole. And then as that ended, I was like, could that possibly be what she's doing?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, I don't know. I just was like, what could be this pressing? These YouTube videos.
That would be a very bad excuse. If I
although
was
in
doing
this case,
something
correct.
illicit. Well, that's what I'm saying. That it had to be real because that would be too dumb of an excuse
Well,
if it was fake.
Now it would work forever. So you bought yourself like a
look
totally
what I
plausible.
did.
Yeah.
Well, I do once a year, like I said, do this. And it's funny because Anthony, my old roommate, is very privy to this with me. He knows about this.
Okay.
And before I went to Goop shopping, I was texting with Anthony, like, what are some good books? He's really knowledgeable about books.
Well read.
Of the year. Very well read. And he said one or two, and we were talking about books. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Audible. I'm gonna download. I'm gonna start doing that. And then the next morning I texted him. I said, well, I got 5 minutes in to A Little Life, and then I went down a rabbit hole watching cooking videos. And he said, there's our girl.
Yeah, there she is. I got scared for a minute
Yeah.
that you were going to read one of these books you bought.
Yeah. He didn't like that.
Yeah.
It would be so off brand if I read a book I bought.
Yeah. We wouldn't know
So-
what to do.
Anywho,
And then you made,
and then I made a shallot pasta.
and it was, what do you give it out of 10? Because you said you're going to do a little,
I'm gonna do some tweaking. Only because, okay, I hesitate to tell you this. 'Cause I'm gonna make it for
The group.
the pod, yes. I'm scared to tell you this because there's an ingredient in it that I think is gonna scare you.
oh,
Guess.
quail eggs,
No. It's a pretty simple pasta.
sardines,
Close.
anchovies.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I got it in 3.
That was good. But also scares me that
Yeah.
you hate it.
But you didn't have it in your first go around?
I did, but I got nervous that it was
Does it taste fishy?
so normally no, like they don't. They melt into like Caesar salad. Caesar
Yeah,
dressing has
yeah.
anchovy in it.
Sure.
Lots of things do. It just enriches the taste.
With fish.
No, no, it just gives it like a good taste. So.
Like a maritime.
Stop.
Hint of maritime.
So this is my fear, okay? This is
Okay,
my fear.
okay.
So this particular shallot pasta requires an entire tin of
Oh, my
anchovies
goodness.
and a ton of shallots.
The daily catch.
Exactly. So,
But I love shallots, so maybe the shallots will drown out the daily catch.
but they melt away. The anchovies just melt.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Sayonara, suck ass.
They're gone.
Yeah.
But when I put them in and I was mixing, I was like, it does smell a little fishy.
Yeah, you put a whole can of fish.
But it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to.
uh-huh.
So I was like, it does smell a little fishy. Okay, that's fine. And then when I ate it, I was like, I can taste it a little. And I was fine with it.
You love
I
your
don't
fish.
I don't mind maritime taste.
Yeah, you like a nice
Halibut
briny, yeah, something real briny, like a barnacle toast.
I'm fine with it. But I thought when I make this for the group, he is going to taste this fishiness and he is not going to like it.
Well, you're right. I wouldn't like it, but odds are I would just swallow that and not
But
tell
that's
you.
what I don't want you to just pretend you like it. I want to make something you like.
Mm-hmm. Well, what if you cut it in half?
I'm going to.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
plan. I'm
Good
going to do
plan.
half the anchovies and I'm going to do extra shallot.
Oh, wow. This is exciting. Okay,
Yeah.
while we're on this topic, we got sent from
Erin Geiger Smith, who we had on.
Erin Geiger Smith, who's so lovely. She sent us a present. Thank you, Erin, so much. Wobby Wob, Monica, and I got a box from Emmy Square, or Emily, more affectionately known, Burger, which is, if you know us, you know we like Emily Burger. So yesterday, I got after 4 double-decker burgers for you, just you and I.
Yep.
Yeah. A bunch of people over, none of them eat hamburgers.
And
I tore that kitchen up. I've never sat in a home
yeah,
and ate something that was that restaurant-y.
exactly. So you can, buy these boxes that are burger, like a
Pro
burger kit.
tip, over fucking butter those pretzel roll buns. I slathered that shit in butter. So the whole sandwich was just fucking greasy as hell. And oh my God, I want it again already.
I want it right now.
Yeah, and
I'm
we
starving
ate
for it.
2 of them yesterday with 4 patties.
So good. They're magic.
I had low expectations coming out of a box.
Yeah.
This is not an ad for Emmys. We are not in the rack with them.
We wish.
Yeah. We'd love to get in the rack with Emmy.
We're grateful, so grateful that for Erin and for Emily.
Yeah. And for your
And
cooking
for
videos.
us. Yeah.
Okay, so we can't remember specifically your New Year's resolution,
I'm sad
but
I can't.
but I assume it worked.
I'm gonna assume it didn't work because if I can't remember it, I probably didn't put enough effort in.
Oh, I know.
Gratitude
I know one.
list. Okay.
I don't want to bring this up.
because I didn't do it. Okay, tell me.
You were going to eat like
Oh,
veganish several days a week.
Shit.
And you did a great job for a little bit.
I did, but once that COVID hit,
You said, fuck this. If I'm going to die this year, I'm going to eat whatever the hell I want.
I did it perfectly. And I had all those things. Remember, it was like one day I could do vegetarian.
Yeah.
One day I could do, I had so many caveats.
It was a little disruptive to my life, but yes, since you and I eat the exact same thing every meal, it was a little disruptive.
But then we went to Vienna in February, the girls and I said, I'm not going to do that on this trip.
It'd be silly.
It would be not fair to the girls to have restrictions. And then I had my seizure.
Right.
And
Well,
then-
you also had 2 Emily burgers. Ding, ding,
But
ding.
that was on the trip. The trip, I was like, I'm going to take this trip off of that, but I'm gonna resume.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I had my seizure. I came home. I was like, I can't dealing with
You
vegetarianism.
moved into our house.
Moved into your house. I couldn't really deal with picking out my food.
The stress of being with mom and dad during Corona had you run for
And
the
then-
hills.
And then COVID immediately hit.
Yeah.
Anywho, you're right. I failed.
Yeah. I mean, you did it for a bit.
Yeah, but I failed.
That's
'cause-
generally how New Year's resolutions goes. You know what it might have been, if I'm being honest?
Yeah.
It might have been a hair too ambitious. What if you just said Monday is going to be Meatless Monday this year?
Oh, yeah.
I know that doesn't sound ambitious enough for
It
you, but it might
doesn't.
be. It might yield a better result
I
at the
just
end
like
of the year.
shooting for the stars.
I know you do. You're ambitious.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
Well-
Oh, that's another thing. The state champion Monica won a spades tournament
That's
this break.
right. Within the pod, we had a spades tournament.
Yeah,
And I
You're the
did,
victor.
I did leave victorious. That's right.
yeah,
It was really fun. And I was partnered with the birthday boy.
yeah, Matt.
The best part, we had to draw for our partners,
Uh-huh.
and then there was money presented for the winner. It was announced that there was going to be money for the winner.
A good deal of money.
Yes. And as soon as it was announced that Matt and I were partners, everyone was like, "Oh, great. Okay.
Sure, they're going to walk with all
Well,
the money.
Might as well
Well,
give them the money now."
In fact, I think it was when it was announced you guys were partners. I think that's when I said, "Hey, should we break $1,000 out of that for number 2?"
Oh.
I was like, we should give somebody else a shot at winning some
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Well, so we were the favorite to win. Now, that is not a good place to be. If anyone's ever, like me, been a state champ cheerleader, you know,
Or Michael Jordan.
If anyone's ever been Michael Jordan or a state champion cheerleader, you know it's better to be an underdog.
Sure. Yeah. Less pressure.
Unfortunately, we were
favorites.
The favorites, and the first game we played, we got murdered, and
Oh my
I
God.
knew it was going to happen. I knew
Down
it.
by hundreds.
It was really bad, and I knew it. I was like, we're set up to fail right now, and then we did. But then I turned it around in my head. Well, now we're the underdog, so that's good.
Now you can climb the mountain.
And we did.
Yeah.
We are supported by HP. If you're a parent or you know one, like I do, or you can help take care of kids, you already know what August feels like. It's not summer anymore, it's the pregame. The supplies list, the forms, the "we need this printed by tomorrow" texts that come in at 9 p.m. And I say this as someone who's been on the receiving end of those texts in a former life. You're ready to help, and then the printer says no, out of ink, blinking at you, useless. It's such a small thing, but it will absolutely derail your night. So when I heard about the HP Smart Tank printer from HP, America's most trusted printer brand, I thought this is the kind of thing that actually makes life easier, not in a big flashy way, in a one less crisis way. Instead of those little cartridges that run out the second you need them, the HP Smart Tank uses refillable ink tanks, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. 3 years. That's 3 back-to-school seasons without the cartridge panic. HP can't fill out the forms for you, but they can make sure the printer is never the reason you're up past midnight. Search HP Smart Tank. Guys, play spades.
Oh my God, what a game. We are obsessed. It's all we fucking do. Literally, every single day is planned around when are we playing spades.
It's really fun. Thank you, Jess. He brought
Yeah.
that into our lives.
Absolutely.
and
Made our
we
lives
are
much better.
Grateful.
Okay,
Okay,
facts.
but wait. But what
Ugh.
is your now resolution?
Oh, right, because I did
2021.
I'm going to try to work on my codependency this year.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to try. In fact, I might read the Al-Anon book or even go to an Al-Anon meeting or something.
Really?
Yeah, I need some tools because I allow myself to be way too affected and make myself way too important in other people's disappointment, sadness, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I obsess about other people who are not at a 10 that are in my life that I love.
Yeah.
And I gotta just let people be how they are and let them work through their stuff however they choose to and stop making it about me.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Let's talk about codependency a little bit because I don't know that people fully understand it.
Yeah. I don't know that we do, but continue.
Right.
I loved when we had, by the way, if you want a real masterclass on codependency, when we had Whitney Cummings on, she knows that backward and forward.
Yes. Well, after your relapse,
Yeah.
there was another incident, not incident at all, but I got very emotional after that again about your vape.
Vaping? Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And I thought, like, this is so unhealthy for me. He gets to make his own decisions, and
Yeah.
I can't let my emotions be affected by his decisions. I have no control over,
Right.
which is codependency.
Yeah.
And speaking of buying books and not reading them,
Yeah.
I did purchase an Al-Anon book. It was hard to know which one. There
Yeah.
are multiples. Anyway, and I started listening to it, and I thought it was helpful.
Did you identify with like what they were saying?
Yeah, a lot of it. It's so complicated because, like, I think if I'm involved, like if me and you are in a
Business.
business, but I'm saying if me and you are in a fight and
Yeah.
it's about us or something, I can't then be like, well, my emotions can't be tied to this. Like, he has to deal with himself because I'm involved in that.
Well, sadly, though, I do think the remedy for that is then you would have boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had some repetitive thing, we were fighting and it was upsetting you, I think the solution probably would be some kind of boundary before it gets to that point.
Right.
Like, you and I have had we've had really healthy sit-downs, check-ins. I feel this way. Great, I can adjust. And then we've had really bad ones that are just like, I'm hurt, you're hurt. And it's not productive, and it's just, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Probably, like if we had the tools, I think maybe we'd be able to identify when it's going down the path that is just not productive and is our own baggage.
Of course.
Like I identified this year, I've been recognizing that if you're not happy, particularly with anything regarding the show, I am distraught. I can't accept that. And through going back to therapy after the relapse, recognized that, surprise, surprise, you, like Kristen, are very much like my mother. That's why I like you guys. You're very, very smart. You're very, very driven. You're very ambitious. You're very engaged in a lot of things. And so all of that familiar connective tissue has me respond to you guys quite often the way I would respond to my mom. And it's not fair for either of you because neither of you are my mom.
Yeah.
I get an unhealthy level of emotion and concern and take things personal, resent you guys, as a result of just unresolved stuff with my mother.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's complicated. I've been working on this with my therapist for a long time too. And I do think gotten a little better towards the end of this year. But yeah, boundaries. And for all of us, it's hard. All the personal relationships and the professional ones are all in a blender, and it's really hard to dissect what is what. And so for you, if there's something professional going on, you sometimes take it personally in our personal realm.
Right.
And
Yeah, if I'm upset about something professionally, and then we go play spades, it's very hard to then just like
shut that, compartmentalize.
Make my brain not evaluate that other thing while
it is. And so it's incredibly
I think it's more challenging than I think I underestimated it.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of people underestimate it. Like if they're really good friends and they get into business together.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's rife with this kind of stuff.
Of course.
If we're at your house and we're playing spades, there's no power dynamic.
It's just we're friends.
Yeah.
If you say I'm an asshole and I say you're an asshole, it's just all equal.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we get into something on the show, there's this very dicey implied power imbalance. Too
Complicated.
dangerous to
No,
touch.
No, it's not. It's not. I think it's important to have these conversations.
Well, and I think that was my big mistake this year. I also think, boy, it's very blurry. Part of it is I think I'm the elected leader,
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the team. Then I start treating you and Rob like, as I just apologized to you recently, like I went out and hired you, which is
Right.
not the case. You and I came up with an idea together, and then you and I made this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's yours, and it's also mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as we don't want there to be a power differential, there is only in the way that I can't say to you,
We're talking about politics.
I mean, I probably would say that.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
I really want to and we should.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't say to you, you're fired or you're getting this amount of money this year or you're
Right,
this. So
right,
like
right.
you make those business decisions when it comes to me.
Uh-huh.
We make all the rest of the business decisions together, but you get to make the ones that are about me.
Yeah.
I don't fault you or me for having a hard time
Yes.
navigating this because it's really hard. And I'm proud of us for
Still sitting here?
and figuring
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out and like knowing that it's hard and knowing that just because it's not the easiest doesn't mean it's not worth it.
Yes. But again, that's where the codependency and the personal stuff got very cloudy for me, which is like I interpret any legitimate conversation you want to have as you're unhappy.
Yeah.
I've somehow let you down. You're my mom. I tried to be a perfect boy, and now you're upset with me, and then I'm just in another space entirely
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, and again, it's so tricky. Like, just for context, I told you at the end of the year that I was burnt out.
Yes.
In a personal setting, I was just like, "Oh man, I am done with the year. I'm done. I don't want to do anything. I'm burnt out." And I was saying it very flippantly because I was just telling you, my friend,
Right,
like,
right.
"Oh, I am done for the year."
Yeah.
And you heard that in a professional.
Right. Like I have worked with someone who got burnt out. I got to figure out how to not have them burnt out.
Right. Then you approached me about it.
And it went sideways.
And it did not go well.
Went as bad as it could go.
So it just is hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It is.
But
it is.
I think it is less hard because we're both working on ourselves and
We're also in
prioritizing-
a bizarre year.
Yeah.
Again, I do think everyone, constantly, myself included, keeps underestimating the year in itself.
Yeah.
Even like when I do my investigation as to why I relapse, I certainly have probably 95% of those reasons. But I also think maybe 5% of the reason was just quarantine. Also, I mean, I think it might have been like a tipping point, or who knows.
Right.
And so you and I didn't have this issue last year. The year before, still a great year, and everything else. We had issues, but who's to say what percentage of the challenge wasn't also just this bizarre year?
Yeah, I'm sure it was that. I think last year everything bubbled to the surface across the board.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that's a good thing because it forced people to see the thing that was under the surface and address it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we addressed it.
Yeah, me too.
And that we'll keep addressing it.
Yeah.
But that was a great resolution.
Mine?
Codependency.
Oh, yeah. What's yours?
I'm going to do that too.
You're going to do it? What a
I'm gonna be
codependent.
codependent about your codependence.
Yeah. What a two codependents who are admitting they're codependent are going to together fix their codependency.
With the help of each other.
Stay tuned for the stunning result of this experiment.
Okay, so we're so happy we had Jackie on.
Me too.
We love Jackie. Okay. Oh my God. Ding, ding, ding. Boundaries.
Oh.
Because you mentioned that essentialism talks about boundaries.
Uh-huh. Mostly professional, but yeah.
But that's
Well,
what
this
we're
is
talking
yeah,
about.
that's true. That's true.
This is the gist of essentialism and boundaries. Non-essentialists tend to think of boundaries as constraints or limits, things that get in the way of their hyperproductive life. To a non-essentialist, setting boundaries is evidence of weakness. If they are strong enough, they think they don't need boundaries. They can cope with it all. They can do it all. But without limits, they eventually become spread so thin that getting anything done
They get burnt out in
becomes
December.
virtually impossible. Essentialists, on the other hand, see boundaries as empowering. They recognize that boundaries protect their time from being hijacked and often free them from the burden of having to say no to things that further others' objectives instead of their own. They know that clear boundaries allow them to proactively eliminate the demands and encumbrances from others that distract them from the true essentials.
It's a good book. Again, I didn't feel like I needed to read it, although I just said I'm going to work on my codependency. I actually think I have boundaries.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
Well, they're super easy for me to have with men. If I'm being dead honest, they're harder for me to have with women than men.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they easier for you to have with women than men?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's the level of connection I have with someone. The
Right,
closer I
it
am,
gets
the harder it is to have
Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah, that makes sense. But I can still have them. Yeah, like I know I would be able to say something to Aaron weekly that I would be nervous about to say to you.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I wish you would.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're working on it. It's just on this
It's only
New
a
Year,
second
just-
day, third
yeah.
day.
We can't even talk about the fact that I just got really old either, because we've talked so much.
You turned 46 and tell us how you're feeling.
Well, if I don't think about the fact I turned 46, I feel awesome. I feel incredible.
Yeah. You
I
look
feel
great.
Thank you. I feel bright.
Yeah.
I feel physically great.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. If I start thinking about that, like in 4 years, I'll be 50, it's a little troublesome.
You don't like
I'm
that.
not ready to be 50.
That's a ways away.
And the thing is, and I'm smart enough to know this, but I can't emotionally feel it, which is, it's so generic, but my only evaluation of anything should be, how do I feel?
Exactly.
Like, I feel fantastic. If I feel like this when I'm 50, I don't know why I'm going to be bummed.
Eric's 50
Yeah, he looks awesome.
and we don't think, it's not like
I'm not
it
thinking about-
changes. It's not like
no.
we're like, Eric's old.
I know. When I'm 50, you'll still be in your 30s. It's going to be a little bit of a drag.
Oh, what?
You're going to be like, oh, my buddy, he's a half a century old. So
Yeah.
we probably can't take him to the park because it's a little bit uphill from the where you park. No. We got to eat at 11. You cannot plan lunch at 2 because he'll be eating dinner at 3:30. Oh my God, it's already happening. I'm going to bed earlier. I'm waking up earlier.
No,
Oh.
you're just taking care of yourself so that you last 1.5 centuries.
Well, I will say I'm entering this year of life with way more optimism
Good.
about my longevity than I've ever had based on my colonoscopy and my heart scan.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, so all things.
That's our knocking on wood.
I used to think like best case scenario I hit 70, but now I'm starting to think that I might hit 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Minimally.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the high-end Home Depot? I still don't know what you were talking about. Were you talking about Ace Hardware?
No. Maybe it was called HQ.
Oh. Sorry.
Let me see. That's all right.
I just want to know what it was, and how could I look it up if I didn't know, you know?
Exactly. It's almost impossible to figure out.
Home Depot Expo?
Yep.
Really?
That's what it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fancy.
So it's still Home Depot.
But it was called Home Depot Expo.
Okay.
Like Armani versus Armani Exchange. In this
Oh.
case, Home Depot's Armani Exchange, and then there was Armani.
Oh, wow. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. Oh, a really important fact I have to check is when Jackie is talking about the boots that I wore, that she was like, oh my gosh, like she has fancy boots on. And she said they were Stella McCartney.
Okay,
They weren't.
They weren't.
They're YSL.
YSL. Okay, that's Yves Saint Laurent.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. And then real quick, because we just touched on it for 2 seconds, Danny Ricardo sent us Christmas presents. And we love him.
We love him.
He sent us
And Danny,
beautiful helmets and hats.
you're gonna date Monica. It's just that simple.
Danny,
Because now
you
Monica,
don't have to, Danny. Don't get like
but
peer
you're gonna.
pressured.
It's not that you have to. You're gonna.
Anyway, Danny, we really appreciate the Christmas gifts. They were tiny helmets.
Really cute. And they weren't cheap. They're a real helmet made to size.
Yeah.
Like if you were a squirrel or something, that thing would work in a high impact situation.
Yes.
Yeah, the helmet's really cool because he has a very fancy helmet. That's his own design.
Yeah.
Signature Danny Ricardo design.
Signature. It's so cute.
It's really cute.
Anyway,
We'll see you in Austin.
we love you and we love you, Armcharies. We hope you had a beautiful holiday.
We do. We hope that your New Year's resolutions are achievable, not too ambitious. So meatless Monday, maybe.
Think about it.
All right. Love you.
Bye. Love you.